Welcome back to the Manc Entrepreneur YouTube channel, and in today's episode I'm talking with you about why it has never been easier than it has right now to start a business, all because of the internet. Now, the whole concept of entrepreneurship has been around for years, and I'm sure it will go on for forevermore. However, right now we live in this time of the internet, the past 15 to 20 years, where it has never been easier to run a business online. I don't know, it's like the excuses that you previously could have had have all but pretty much been taken away. And the internet has now made it so easy that, like I said, the barrier to entry is lower than it has ever been before. I've mentioned in previous videos that my dad was a huge inspiration to me, and he started a business back when he was 24, the same age that I went self-employed. And I think to how difficult it must have been for him, that sort of 30 years ago or 35 years ago when he was starting out. And compared to how easy I sort of have it now, and it just makes it even more incredible, how entrepreneurs from the past managed to achieve what they did. And I know you just work with what you've got available to you. But that is the point of this episode, is to tell you right now that if you are sat here and you're thinking entrepreneurship is something that you're interested in business, you want to sort of work for yourself, be your own boss, and all those good things, I'm telling you right now that whatever it is that you want to do, now is the perfect time for you to try and pursue whatever it is. Let's break this down into a few separate points. So number one, access to information and advice has never been easier to come across. Literally, Google is everybody's best friend these days. You can ask it anything and it will tell you the truth, or at least an honest answer. And that is something which we take for granted on a daily basis, the power of Google and the internet as a whole, and what we can actually gain access to with just a few hits on the keyboard. Similarly with advice, it's never been easier to actually reach out to people and ask them advice. In fact, this is something which Tim Ferriss talks very heavily about in the 4-Hour Workweek, and how one of the actual tasks that he sets his readers is to actually just try and reach out to one of their idols and ask them a question, and you'd be surprised how many actually get a reply. And that's the thing, again, we take that for total, for granted, is that we have Twitter, we have LinkedIn, we have Facebook, an email, and we have access to a lot of information, and that information leads to people. So if I wanted to, drop Devin Wenig, the CEO of eBay right now, an email, I already know Devin's email, but I could go and find his email, go and find I know his address, but I could literally go and find that information, and I could make it very hard for Devin to ignore me, to the point where I could email him, I could write him a letter, I could, try and ring his PA and all this stuff. I would make it hard for people to, if I wanted to just ask a simple question, I'm pretty sure Devin would reply, if I dropped him an email, especially if I made it super simple for him to do. Bearing in mind that his time is expensive, that's what I mean, is that I can't stress that enough. Information and advice has never been easy to get hold of from people who you would look up to. In other videos I've said, only ever take advice from people who have done what you are looking to do yourself, or who have experience in your field. Don't look for second-hand advice or those, everybody's an expert stuff. Actually go to people who've been and done it. And similarly, we then have things like meetup.com, which is a fantastic tool where you can actually just find other people in your local area who are arranging a meetup who share similar interests to you. And you'd be amazed at how many entrepreneur meetups there are. Especially here in Manchester, they're the ones that I see a lot because I'm obviously subscribed to that feed. But you can, multiple times a month there is a meetup going on with startups, with founders, with directors, with entrepreneurs, with e-commerce guys, who are just arranging a meetup to share ideas and network. And again, it's never been easy to go and find like-minded people doing like-minded things and get involved. Maybe you're a creative person and you're maybe an artist or something like that, in which case, getting started in that line of work was traditionally very, very difficult to build that sort of audience and to get your work seen by multiple people. Upwork, or what was once called Odesk and Elance, you can now take jobs on, a sort of freelancer basis and get paid for them by sitting in your room, by doing what you would be doing normally, playing with Photoshop and working on design and stuff. People will pay you to do that and do it for their business as a freelancer. It's like, and that is, I know people who run full-time businesses by doing that, and then they take it a step further by hiring other people to do that for them and sort of build their own little agency. It's so easy to do. The internet is an incredible thing, and it touches so many people. We take for granted the ability to attract an audience. And Facebook is the primary example of this. I mean, YouTube is the same, with subscribers who are interested in entrepreneurship and e-commerce. Hopefully they'll find me like you have, and we can talk and interact. Facebook is much better at that right now. And again, Matt, who has been on this channel a few times previously, he got really passionate about remote controlled aircraft. He set up a Facebook group trying to find other remote control people who liked his style of aircraft. His Facebook group now has over 800 members. This was started less than a year ago, and he's found 800 people who are equally as enthusiastic about what he has, which has grown his YouTube channel. And like I said, the ability to find an audience has never been easier. Instagram is the same, Pinterest, you have to just know where your people are hanging out. And once you have that community, that monetization piece becomes much, much easier. It's so much easier to monetize or build a business around an audience than it is when you're just one person shouting about whatever it is that you want to do. The internet allows you also to think on a global scale. I now run a business where I've had the privilege of meeting people from Australia, from America, from Germany, from Belgium, from the Netherlands, from Scandinavia, from literally all over the world. I've been able to reach out and help other people with their business, and likewise they've been able to interact with me, and it's built this global network, and all of that would not have been possible without the internet. And finally, the internet, most people these days have an internet. Most people have it on their phone. It's never been easier to gain access online for the vast majority of people. More and more people are online right now than have ever been online previously. And if you're not making the most of that opportunity alone, I don't know what to say to you. If you can't realize that right now we live in this perfect situation, you have all the tools are there. All you need to do is work. All you need to do is exploit the tools that are open and available to you to use in order to build your business. I say it so often, but again, what are you waiting for? If you have that business idea, I guarantee you can make it work by utilizing the internet in order to help it happen, in order to increase the speed that you can get things to market. If you're watching this right now and you don't think that the internet, if you're stuck with like an idea about how you're going to make it work, I want you to message me down below in the comment section. I want to hear from you, and I want you to tell me what you're struggling with and why you don't know what to do next, or whatever it is. Let me know. I want to help you. I want to help you realize that right now this is the perfect climate to start a business, and to start an online business is the direction that I would be going in. I've been running an online business now for the past 5 years. Right now, the benefits of running an online business for me far outweigh any traditional business model. I would not, unless it was involving cars, I think cars is the only business model where I would do it a more traditional model. But anything else I can think of right now, I would do it online. And for me, the pros of online business far outweigh the pros of not doing an online business. So I hope that's giving you something to think about, and I am 100% serious. If I want you to reach out to me in the comments below or privately either through Instagram or wherever. If you're stuck, if you're struggling for, how to move forward, let me know. I want to help you. With that said, if you've enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe if you are new, and I'll catch you as always in the next video. Thank you for watching. And remember, love the internet.